Welcome to the Power BI training by MCAL Global. Now, before learning any new concept, we should know what it does. Here you can see that we have data in the Excel file, or we can say that we can have data into different forms like PDFs, data from web, and etc. So we can convert that data into the such kinds of forms. This This is done with the help of Power BI. This is known as dashboard. We can convert such kind of data into this kinds of images which are interactive too. Now let's understand what is Power BI. Power BI is a business intelligence tool developed by Microsoft, which helps us to visualize our data, to clean the data and convert that data into visual formats or reports like we have seen before. We can also say that Power BI is also a collection of components like Power Query Editor, Power Pivot, and Power View. Now, what is Power Query Editor? Power Query Editor is where we clean the data. It works on extract, transform, and load. That is ETL. The words itself tell us what is the meaning of it. Like E stands for extract, means extracting data from different sources, transforming that data and then loading that data for the further processes. Now Power Pivot. Power Pivot is used for data modeling. We have data from multiple sources. We can connect them and create relationships between them. What is Power View? We can create 250 plus charts like bar charts, donut charts, and etc. for visualization in the Power BI. Power BI was originally launched in 2015 by Microsoft as an individual tool. Before that, it was not individual tool. It was mixed with some different kinds of tools. From 2015, it has gained its individual priority. Power BI is one of the most widely used business intelligence tools. Now, we have understood what is Power BI, so let us know that why we should use Power BI only. Like some of the advantages of Power BI. Power BI has user-friendly interface. Like we can just drag and drop the things and our work is done. Once we start working with the Power BI, we can understand it. Integration with the popular Microsoft tools like Excel, Azure, and Teams. Like there are many different kinds of data connectors, we will understand it further. Powerful analytics and real-time data visualization. As I said before, that we can connect different kinds of data and we can create dashboards. Those dashboards are interreactive. Once we create one project or we complete our visualization part or we complete one of the dashboard, then you can understand why we are saying that it has real-time data visualization or interactive analytics. Gartner has consistently recognized Power BI as top business intelligence tool. From the years, Power BI has maintained its position on the top. Microsoft ensures enterprise-level data security and compliance with tools like row-level security. In short, we can say that Power BI provides us data security. Data needs to be secure and that Power BI has that facility for us. As I also said before that Power BI has 200 plus different kinds of charts. Here are just some of the names, but there are many different charts we can use through Power BI. Now there are different kinds of data connectors in Power BI. What are those? Like we can connect the files from Excel, PDF, web, and many different kinds of things. Once we enter into Power BI, we will see that. Now let's just download and install Power BI. It is not a complex process. What we have to do is we have to go on our browser, type there Power BI download. Click on this link. Here you will get like date published, file size, and some of the description of Power BI. You can simply click on download. You will choose the file name whichever you want according to your systems. For right now, I'm going with this and download. Once it is download, you will see in your downloads folder this kind of file name. What you have to do is you just have to double click on it and your installation process will be started. You just have to follow the commands, choose the path, and install the Power BI. If you have selected the desktop icon click box, then you will see. Now, as I have installed it before only, that's why I'm closing it. If you have installed properly, then you can see this kind of icon on your desktop. You just have to double click on it and your Power BI will get open. We have three components of Power BI, that is Power BI Desktop, Power BI Service, and Power BI Mobile. So we are going to use that is Power BI Desktop. It is the free version, and for learning purpose that is the good one. Power BI Service is used when we create the dashboards and we need to share that dashboards online to our colleagues, clients, or whoever we want to share that dashboards. So once you have completely downloaded Power BI and installed it, and when you will open it, you will see this kind of interface. Now what it is, let us understand bit by bit. Here you can see that sign in option and settings and about. If you want to change any of the settings, you can do it from here. For right now, I want you to change a setting that is known as locally. Here you can see different kinds of settings available over here. What we have to do is we have to go to the regional settings. Here you can see this English and India. You can also read here that locally determines the regional setting used to interpret numbers, dates and times in imported text for this file. This is important when we work with the dates and times columns. So what we have to do is we have to change this to whatever our system's language is. You can check it from here also what my system is having of English and Indian keyboard. So it is okay. If both matches you can keep it. If not, then you have to change it. And after that click OK. Now once you have entered into Power BI, you can see these kinds of things over here. This part over here is known as ribbon. It is used for different things we are doing with the our data. Like home tab is there, insert, modeling, view, optimize. We will understand these things afterwards. This white panel here, it is known as canvas area. Canvas area is where we are going to build our dashboards or reports. Here you can see that use sample data, paste data into blank table, or import data from SQL server or from Excel file. We are going to understand how we are going to get data from these different sources also. But for now, just remember that this is known as canvas area. Here you can see that we have the option of filters, visualizations and data. For right now we have not connected any data. So here it is saying that you have not connected any data yet. Also we can click here and we can start with gathering our data. For right now, coming to this visualizations pane, and here you can see that we have different kind of charts. As I told before in the introduction part that we have 200 plus charts in Power BI. Here are some of them, and if you click on this, then we can get more charts also, but for that we have to sign in. For the simple ones, we have here pie chart, line charts, stack charts, and different kinds. We have also Python visual. We will see it further that how we are going to connect the data through that also. Here you can see that is report view. We have here table view. Whatever table we are creating, cleaning that, like data transformation terms are being done on that, then we can see the table view of whatever the tables or data we have cleaned. Here you can see that. Right now we have not connected anyone, so we can see here it is empty. What is model view? Model view is where we will see our data once it is cleaned, the relationships between them we can see here. Now we have not connected any data, so we cannot see anything, but once we will connect the data, we can see that how the relationships between the tables have been built. DAX. You will understand DAX in the upcoming videos. But for right now, DAX stands for Data Analysis Expression. Come into this report view. Yeah. Here you can see that page 1, page, we can add different pages also. For right now it is not needed, but we can click over just this add button and we can take different pages also. If we right click on that page option, we can duplicate that page, we can rename that page, we can delete it, hide, remove or move it. Like this, we have different kind of options for the pages. Page means this kind of page here. Now, what we will do is, we will connect the data from different sources. But before that, we need to understand what is data connectors. Data connectors are nothing but just the things that we are connecting data from different sources. Sources in the sense are like Excel workbook, data flows, data wars, SQL servers, analysis services, text, web, blank query, and many more. If you click on more, you will see. Yeah, these things are nothing but data connectors. The word data connector itself tells that we are going to connect data from different kind of sources. That is known as data connectors. Like this Excel, text, JSON, folder, PDF, these all are known as data connectors, and we have different kind of data connectors available in Power BI. Like online services, Azure, Power Platform, Microsoft Fabric, databases, file, all. You can see over this all. What we are going to do is now we are going to connect different kinds of like Excel, CSV, folder, and connect the, and also add the data manually and even from the web. For right now, let's just start connecting the data from the Excel book. What we have to do is we just have to select Excel, and here you can see the connect button. We will click on it. Now Power BI has intelligently suggested me that I have these many kinds of Excel files in my system. So I can choose one of them. Like it has not shown me different kinds of files rather than Excel. So for right now, I am going to select this banking data. Now here you can see that navigator pane has been opened. Even though I have selected the table, right? Still I can't see the preview over here. Why it is so? Here also you can see that there is a load and transform data options, but we cannot click them. Why it is? And here I have two tables, but preview can't be seen. What I have to do is to see the preview is I have to select this checkbox. Then I can see whatever the data is available in that table. Here I have client ID, name, age, location ID, and many more columns. And you can also see that here the load option and transform data option are also enabled for me. Now when we should click load data and when we should use transform data. Load data we should use when we know that our data is already clean. We have got clean data and there is no need to work on that data. But this is not a good practice. We should always go with transform data option because data can never be clean or transformed. If we have cleaned it before and then we are coming back again. So then we can go it with the load data, but for now, as we have entered for the first time, we will go with the transform data option. As now the table has been loaded, you can see that we have entered into Power Query Editor. Power Query Editor is where we are going to do extract, transform and load. That is ETL operations. What we are going to do here is we are going to clean the data. Most of the time is being we have to work with this part only. Cleaning of the data is the most important and time taking process. So here you can see that we have entered into Power Query Editor. What these all things are there, we are going to understand further. For right now, we have selected this blank banking clients and here we have that data. If we want that different files also, what we have to do is we have to, like if we want to take any other tables, then what we have to do, we have to close and apply this, means whatever changes we have done, we have to close and apply from here. Here you can see that the options are close and apply, apply and close. What we will do is close and apply. Again we will come in this space or this interface. We can again click on get data and connect with the different files. For right now we have checked that we have we have connected Excel file, and for now we are going to go with the different one. Like if we have data into folder, how we can connect it. Again come here. Yeah. We already have this banking clients data, okay? For right now, we are just going to take the data from different source, that is folder. We will select this folder and we will click here, connect. It will intelligently select what kind of folders I have. For right now, if we have the path of that, we can just copy paste over here or we can browse it from here. On my desktop, I have this datasets folder. Here I have this pizza sales folder or even Spotify. I can select any of it and click and then OK. So it is showing me that I have these three kinds of files. Two of it are CSV and I have to work with these two files only. This desktop, it is not needed, but still it has shown its description, like what is extension, what is name of that file, what kind of content in it is, dates and attributes, and also the path of that folder. Now as I told that we can combine this and also work on it, but as we have this file which is not needed, so we will not combine, we will go with the transform data. Whatever we saw in the preview, we can see it over here. We have the Spotify named folder. Now we want to open this one table or also this table. So what we will do is we will come on this binary, we will right click on it. Here we have three options, that is copy, drill down and add as new query. We are going to select add as new query, double click on that, and here you can see that that file has been opened over here. We have to double click on this. Yeah. And this data will be opened in Power Query Editor where we can work with this data. Now here you can see in the properties section the name of that table. But it is not proper name of the table. Naming conventions is really important to understand our data. So what we can do is we will select it and we will give it a name. Yeah. So I have given this table the name like high popularity and I will press enter. You can change the name of the table from here also, or even if you double click over high popularity or this name, you can also change the name from here too. Now it depends upon you what you prefer. Now, as we know, in our folder we were having two files. So what about that next file? We can go on this source from here also, or even if we would have clicked on this Spotify folder name, then also we could have come on this. The same process we have to follow to open this table. What we have to do is right click on this, add as new query, double click on this, and here also the name is not proper, so what we have to do is we will change the name. But right now we will change the name from here. Double click on it, cancel, and what we will give it the name as int. See, we have changed the name of our table. So this is the table we are going to work with. Here you can see that we have your applied steps column, where we can see that source, navigation, imported CSV, promoted headers, and different kinds of things over here. So what is source? Source we clicked and we went on our Spotify folders, the main folder which we loaded, right? Navigation is where we can see the preview of whatever things we are going to load. Imported CSV, as this file was CSV and we have imported it. So this applied step itself tells us that we have whatever steps we have done, they are recorded here. To keep the history of whatever steps we have done, we can see here in this applied steps column or section. You can see we have changed type. We have not done it, but still it has detected by itself. And what is this change type? That is, if we cross it, so we can see that what the type it has changed. For right now we will not look at this, we will move forward. Now we have imported the data from folder, we have imported the data from Excel file. What we will do is we will just close this and we will connect the data from, let's see from what we can connect the data next. If you want to connect the SQL Server database, then you just have to fill this information and database names or server, and you can click on OK. Then you can see that data into Power Query Editor, and you can work on that data. For right now, I'm not having any data, so I will not go with it. I'm having a CSV file, so I will choose this and let's see. These many types of CSV files I'm having in my PC. Let's take this movies and so this is the preview of whatever data we are having. Here this concept of delimiter, we will understand it further. For right now, what the different kinds of delimiter we are having, that is equal sign, semicolon, space, tab, and custom we can change if we want to take any different kind of delimiter, then also we can take it. The data type detection, this rank, movie ID, title, year, this is known as data type, and that data type is being detected based on first 200 rows of the data. From these first 200 rows we can detect this data type. This is the name of the data type, not the actual data type. We will transform it and see. Now, as we have opened this movies CSV file in our Power Query editor, we can see what we have in that data. Now, how many rows and columns we have in our data, we can see it over here. I have 22 columns in my data, 22 columns and 250 rows. See, here you can see 250 rows. And this kind of columns, I have 22 columns. You can see it here. Column profiling is based on top 1000 rows, but right now we just have 250 rows, so that is not needed. Uh, our data cannot be detected by from 1000 rows, right? Because we don't have 1000 rows in it. But when we are working, we may have 1000 rows or more than 1000 rows. Yeah. So what is data type? Data type, here you can see that it is 1, 2, 3. Here the movie's ID, you can see that ABC. Here also ABC. Here is numbers. Here is ABC. The in these rows you can see this 14, 13, 12. These all are values, right? These also are values. These values are in the text form. These are also text as well as numeric form. What these are? These are numeric forms. So when we click over here, we can see that different kinds of data type. We have decimal number data type, we have fixed decimal number, we have whole number, percentage, date type. What these data types will do, we will understand it further in depth. For right now, just understand that we have numeric values over here, so our data type is numeric. We have here numeric as well as text data type. It is as it has started with the text, so we have here, we will click here and what we will see that we have here. This is text data type. If we want to change, we can change it. Now, before starting with the Power BI, I told you about locally, using locally. When we are working with the date, numbers or time functions, then we will need this locally. Why it is important, we will understand it at that time. Here you can see what kind of data types we have of duration. We can change it. How we will change it? We just have to click on that data type and we have changed it, but it is showing error. So how to solve this error, we will see. This all things are only known as data transformation, which we are going to see further. For right now, we will keep as it is, whatever it was before. So now with this, we have connected the CSV file and we have connected the CSV file, and this is what we are seeing over here. Now what we will do is, what if we have the data from web, like we don't have data in the tabular forms? So how we are going to connect that data? Like there can be, as we also said that data can be from different sources, right? So how we are going to connect different kinds of data, we are seeing that. Here you can see that we have the option of web. We will click on it. Now if we selected web, we are having this option of URL. We have to give the URL of what kind of data we want. If we click advanced, these many options will come here, but we for right now we are going with the basics. We have to paste the URL over here of what kind of data we want. What we will do it, we will just go on a browser and type over here of whatever data we want to extract. If you must be known with the concept of like extracting the data from web, data extraction, then you will understand this concept easily. What we have to do is we have to type some of the thing like let's take it here as Wikipedia of India. Here I will take its Indian people, select it. yeah, these kinds of things are being opened in front of me. Now this is all textual data. How we can convert this data into the tabular form? Right, we don't even have this, we just have this table that is also not proper table. These many things we have over here. So are we going to read this and then create different tables? No. What we are going to do is we are going to click over this link, select this link, or just copy this link, come in a Power BI, and here as we were having the option of URL, we will paste that URL over here and we will click OK. Now, as I have extracted the data from web, so my tables here, these many tables are there that have been formed. Some of the tables it has suggested us that we can work on these tables. It has given the tables numbers, not the names. Many of the things have been automatically detected by Power BI, but as some of the things have been not, so it is telling us that, like that table number. If we want to see the preview, what we have to do is we have to select this checkbox. So what is in our table number 1? We have 2 columns and this kind of data in it, right? We cannot work on this data, so we will not select it. Here in the table number 2 we have these things. Here is also a empty row. How we can remove it, we will see it further. What is there in a table number 3? So like this we can see that what is there in a table that we can, if we want that, we can work with it, or if we don't, then we will not. Let's see in the suggested tables. Yes, so this table number 9, you can see that your like states are there or names are there. Here it is what some of the things, some of the values are available in a table. We can also select these multiple tables, and how we done in folder, we can do same thing with that. For right now, we will take this table number 22 for our understanding purpose and we will transform it. We will enter in our Power Query editor, and the table which we selected has been loaded in Power Query editor. Now we want to change the name of this table. Table number 22 is not a proper name, right? We can do it from here, from properties also, or we can change it from here also. What we will do is we'll give it a name as and click enter. The name of a table has been changed and we have these kinds of values in a table, like this is numeric and this is textual data. It has identified the data type of the values, like we have these values in the decimal form, so it has detected its data type. Here also we have the data values in textual form, so it has detected it also as a text. Whatever the changes are being done automatically by the Power BI has been recorded over here. It has changed the type and extracted the table from HTML. We know that this extracted the table from HTML, like how we just selected that table and loaded it in the Power Query editor. That is the step. And the change type. Change type means it has changed the data type automatically. If we clicked over that crossed, then see it has changed. Here it has not detected the data type of what it was before. It is in the decimal form, but it has not been changed automatically. We have to do it manually. But as Power BI has some of the functions, it has automatically detected and changed the data type by itself only. So these many were the different data sources. We connected them and we have seen how they are, how we can open them in the Power Query editor. And once we open it in the Power Query editor, we can start with our Power BI journey. The first step in the Power BI is that loading the data, and then we can perform data transformation steps on it. Now what data transformation is, we are going to see it in the next video. We will close this. And let's see if we can connect the data from any different kind of source or let's see how we can connect the data from PDF. I think I don't have any PDF for right now. Yeah, I don't have any PDF in my system. That is why it is not showing me. Okay, then let's just cancel it. But the steps are same for every data connector. If I have how we are going to connect with R script and Python script, we will see that further. I will explain this Python script connecting in detail. So that's it in this video. In the upcoming video, we are going to understand how we will work with data transformation, what data transformation it is, and how we are going to transform our data and then move further. Hope you must have understood how to install Power BI, what is Power BI, and some of the key concepts like what is data connectors and how we can connect the data from those data connectors.